CPU storage, and if you see this issue.
Alright, hey guys, how's it going? Just wanted to go over a couple things today. Maybe. Yeah, no shit. It really is. Jesus. Alright. My name's Horrendous Trades. I just wanted to make a video about and really go through just everything that I've learned, I guess. And hopefully it helps you guys. So I don't know, I use Thinkorswim. I think it's one of the better platforms. It works really well in my opinion. So I do things kind of different. So I'll use, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the TD Ameritrade app. So I would use that kind of for just looking at stuff, my watch list, and then I send my trades on Thinkorswim. And the reason I do that is because the TD Ameritrade app, it's just a lot more clear, and you can really see the tickers easily, and it's got a really clean chart if you're looking at it real quick. But Thinkorswim has a really nice way to open and close trades. I really like the system that they have. So yeah, I do that. I don't use the active trader on here. It's just, I don't know, I don't like it. You gotta do too many things at once, and it's, yeah, I don't like it. Not a fan. But anyways, okay. So let's see, indicators. All right, I don't know if you guys knew this, but if you go to studies, edit studies, you can actually add more than one study like together. So I have my TTM squeeze with my MACD together. I don't know if you can see that. It just, so it doesn't take up a lot of room, and it's really easy to see, and it kind of goes together. So you could kind of see if they're going against each other. So maybe it might not be a good trade to take, if they're going against each other. But if they're lined up, it kind of makes sense, But yeah, so I don't know if you knew that. You could add them together. I like doing that. And then I have my TTM squeeze, and this is actually, it's called a pro squeeze. So it actually tells you when something's pre-squeezing and if something's like doing a bigger squeeze than normal. So you want to look for the yellow. So I really like this indicator. It's got the yellow dots, and that's just super helpful. I found this. It took me a while to find it on that the Thinkorswim or ThinkScript, whatever it's called. It's not easy to find though. So yeah, I got that. And then I use my Stochastics Slow, and then I'll put my RSI in there too. And I also have, I also have my volume bar in there too. And I use a different volume bar. I use one that tells you the current volume, the average 30-day volume, today's volume. And it actually tells you the sellers compared to the buyers, which is really nice. Also, I found that on ThinkScript. That one was kind of tough to find too, but I really like this. I mean, especially during the day. I mean, when the market's open, you can kind of tell by watching that who's kind of taking over and all that. But yeah, that's super helpful. So I recommend that. And then it's literally looks like I just have two indicators open, so it's doesn't take up a lot of room, So, okay, so in the morning, I have a watch list on my phone, okay? And I'll go through, I got about 50, 60 different top names. Most of them are in the S&P 500, but I'll go through those, every single one of them, okay? The first thing that I like to go or look for is tickers that are gapped up or up more than 2%, okay? Those are automatically stocks in play. And then I like to look for I put my Bollinger Bands on for when I'm looking for stuff to play in the morning before the market's open, okay? I go to the 1 hour chart, and it's a really nice strategy. I actually think, if you guys know Axelrod, he actually said to use it too. But I got it from a buddy of mine a while ago. It just works really well. But okay, so you want to go to the hour chart, and then you want to go through these tickers, and then you want to see the bands get really tight, and then you want to put the TTM squeeze on too, and see if you want to look for the red bars or the red dots or the yellow dots, okay? Facebook doesn't have one. Let's go with Apple. Let's see here. Okay, you could see a few days ago, okay? You could see the bands got super tight, right? And then you could see that it was squeezing super hard on the 1 hour. And then it was squeezing. I mean, obviously this was for the earnings, but that kind of makes sense. It was squeezing just for that, and then earnings came out and boom, squeeze release. But this, I usually look for it in the morning, and then when market opens, it'll do a nice pop. You want to look for like the tighter squeezes, because those are the ones that last all day, or at least a couple hours. There's some that just pop real quick and then they'll just shoot right back down, and those you want to kind of avoid. Let's see. I think CCIV had one. Yeah, they had one a couple days ago. So you could see it was squeezing, and then boom, see that? And that lasted like all day. And it just kind of, you want to wait for it to pop out of the Bollinger Band and then stay above it, and then you just want to keep riding it. And you can actually do that. The 1 hour works the best, but the 4 hour works okay. If you can find any in the 4 hour, this doesn't always work, but it does work a lot, honestly. Let's see here. Tesla. Yeah. But yeah, pretty much I just look for that, okay? And I also look for the stochastics to so if you see a squeeze, if you see the stochastics about to cross and you see the bands really tight, I mean, that's just like telling you, like, take that damn trade, take the fucking trade. Like right here, a little bit of a squeeze, you had the cross on the 4 hour, and this thing just went. It just works really well, So I'll do that in the morning. I'll look for the bands, the squeeze, okay? And then I'll also look for the 200. I want to look. I have the 200 EMA on, okay? And I'll go to the daily. So first off, if I find a nice squeeze, I look at the bigger picture, okay, to kind of guess which way it's gonna go. Usually, if it's above the 200 EMA, that's bullish. But I like to draw, obviously, trend lines to see where we're at, and it looks like Tesla is in an uptrend right now, a small one. And you got to bounce, and it's bouncing right now. It hit that lower Bollinger Band, so I mean, if you look at it, kind of, you can see every time it's hit that bottom band, it's sprung back up, like bottom band up, bottom band up, bottom band up. So you can kind of almost guess that Tesla's going to be making a climb back up, just because the trend line, the Bollinger Bands, it just makes sense. So you can guess that. You can get a kind of an idea on that. But let's see here. Okay, so then after I find a couple stocks, I write them down. I always write everything down. I write down why they look interesting. I write down like everything I can see about them, so I have them right next to me. And I wake up probably 3 to 4 hours before market open, and I do this. And I know not everyone's going to do that. A lot of people do it at night, and sometimes just things haven't settled in yet, and some of the moves didn't happen yet. So you could have levels set at night before you go to bed, and then in the morning it's gapped up $10, $20, and those levels are just useless now, So Facebook, okay. Actually, I'm not gonna do Facebook. Let's do CCL, okay. Alright, I'm gonna clear that. Let's do Zoom. Zoom's interesting. Oops. Alright, so after I do that, you can see on the daily, Zoom is just squeezing really hard right now. And anyways, okay. So I'll find that, and then if I find stuff I want to trade, okay, I'll mark out the support resistance lines, okay? So obviously I'll start on the weekly, okay? And I'll look for 2 touches on the weekly, that's fine. Obviously the top, I'm not even gonna bother with the bottom because it's not gonna go down there. Like just right here, you know, up here, and that's like a little bit of a range, you know. I did break out of that range, so I would say this is gonna go down. But yeah, you just kind of go through, do all that, you know. Go to your daily, see if you missed any. And then I'll do this. I'm gonna pull it down here. And then I'll go to the 4 hour and see if I missed any. Yeah, so I'll do that, okay? And then I go to the 1 hour. That's kind of what I look the most at. I'll do 1 hour, I'll do yesterday's high. Oops, not right there. Yesterday's high, yesterday's low. It's pretty close to that one, so I'll keep that one on there. That one's pretty close right there. And then I'll do the day before. That's pretty close. I'll put one right there though. And then I'll even do the day before that too. Yeah. Okay. So I'll do that, and then pre-market, I'll actually do that too. So, I mean, let's just say this is about to open. I'll do the pre-market high and low. And then it kind of gives me a level, so when it opens, you know, if it pops up and it comes back down and it bounces off that, then that'd be a good trade, I'd say. But yeah, so I do that. And then I'll go back, okay? Go back to the daily. I'll look for any I'll look for like just any patterns, you know. I don't really use the weekly for patterns usually. I use the weekly as like a big picture, just to kind of see where it's at in the overall trend. But yeah, obviously when you do a downtrend, you want to be on the top of it. When you're in an uptrend, you want to draw the bottom of it. I'm just going to draw a line just to show you guys. Okay, so the top, or the downtrend, you want to draw the line on the top of it, okay, because you want to know when it breaks it. And then an uptrend, you want to be at the bottom of it for the same reason. You want to know if it breaks it, right? Okay, but anyways, that's not even going to be right there. Okay, and then I'll look for just different patterns. Usually I'll look on the daily. This kind of looks like it's a little bit of a something right there. And then I'll go to the smaller time frames, 1 hour, 15 minute, see if there's anything today. No. 15 minute. There's not really anything going on, right? Let me show you something. So CCL today was a really nice setup, okay? Let's see here. Yeah. So CCL had kind of a double top. And I mean this was just a perfect trade. So it broke out, okay? Open range breakout, fake, okay? It went back down, okay? it bounced again, and then it just couldn't break that same level. It couldn't break that level right here. And then, so as soon as it passed right here is when I got in. Because, I mean, that's when the guys that went long are gonna cut it, you know, is when it gets below the last low. So, and then it went all the way down here, and then you could see the hammers and stuff right here, and that kind of indicates the end of a trend. And then after this guy, it popped back up, and then it went down again. But yeah, it was an overall pretty good trade. This even made just a little wedge right there. But yeah, and then you could, I mean, another indicator is it broke below the VWAP right here and the 200 EMA. So I mean, all signs, I mean, you had the 21 and the 90 EMA cross. I mean, just everything was saying it's going down, you know, like short it. But that's kind of my entry, is when it gets below right here. But this was just like a perfect setup. I mean, you don't get this kind of stuff a lot. But what else did I have today? This is kind of my little journal. Another good one today. Let's see here. But yeah, okay. Let's see here. Cat was fucking badass today too. So Cat this morning, okay, so it consolidated, it broke up, I mean, it opened up, okay, and it just did this little consolidation, triangle, wedge, whatever you want to call it, range. So, and then it just broke out of here, okay, broke below it, so you could have shorted that. But then I was watching it, and it was it started forming a cup, okay, it formed the cup, and then I saw it form the little handle. I'm like, okay, look at that. And then I was just watching it, and then I was like, and see how like tight this got with all these little hammers and stuff, all these dojis. I mean, holy cow, man, this was just a great day to catch some nice trades on. Hold on one second. Okay. And so that kind of tells you bam, 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 all that stuff. So yeah, I saw that, okay? And then I saw this nice bar right here with the volume spike with the cross, okay? And then I waited for obviously for the next candle, and as soon as this one closed, man, I got in and I wrote it up here, and then it formed a bull flag right off the bat, right? And then it just went boom, and it made a new high. That was just awesome. Okay, and then so let's see, I got out, I think, right here. So this is, it made an engulfing candle, okay? See, I thought this was another bull flag, and I thought it was going to go again. But as soon as I saw this big red candle engulf that one, I was out of there. Because engulfing candle, you know, that means it's a reversal signal. It's a big reversal signal, okay? And so yeah, that was it. But that was just another grade A setup, man. You guys, yeah, I mean, so I recommend not trading the open right away, because, so for one, let's see, 50% of trades, okay, 50% of stocks will reverse within at the open breakout. So it doesn't matter how strong that breakout is, it has a 50% chance that it's going to reverse, okay? So I mean, if you're fast enough, I guess you could scalp a nice breakout, and sometimes I do that if you're comfortable enough. Like Facebook does it like every day. Past couple weeks it's been kind of weird though, but you can usually get a nice pop right at the open with Facebook, BA sometimes, Netflix. But yeah, I mean, so it's got a 50% chance of reversing. Okay, so that's kind of what I wait for. I'll wait for, let's see here. I'll wait for the reversal and then I'll trade that. So BA, perfect one, right? So it went up, boom, breakout, right? And then you see this huge upside down hammer, like huge. And this is just telling you it's going to reverse, and then I'll get in right here. And it went, I mean, a lot of people will wait till it passes the open. But I mean, why? If you see a signal like that, just take it. So get in, and then it formed a bear flag, and it continued down. Okay. And yeah, I mean, that's what I wait for, is the reversal on opens. Let's see here. Apple usually does it a lot. It'll have a lot of these reversals, like this one. Boom, boom. That's a nice trade right here. I mean, that's $1, over $1 move on the reversal play. That's not too bad. What else? I think PayPal had a good one today. Yeah, PayPal was awesome. I didn't trade this, but I should have. So it broke out, right? And then I literally thought this was going to boom and just blow past it. And then it reversed again. This is when you'd want to get in as soon as you see this big red candle, engulf that. You saw the hammer, the little top with the big wick on top, and like it failed to break it. It failed to break the open level, so boom. I mean, this was just a perfect trade right here. Yeah, God, I wish I traded that, but I didn't. So, and then I had a nice squeeze down here for a reversal. Yeah, that was just a great setup right there. But yeah, another thing is, I think there's a 90% 90% chance that after the 18th 1 minute candle, that the high of the day or the low of the day for the entire day has been established. So here, I mean, it's true. I mean, that was, yeah, I mean, it didn't go past that, So 18th candle, somewhere around here, and boom, yeah, it never went back past that. I mean, there's a 90% chance. So that's kind of why I wait too, is because you figure out, I mean, 90% is pretty damn good, and you can figure out if it's going to be an uptrend or a downtrend pretty quick with that 18th candle. And that's only 18 minutes you got to wait, It's not bad. But yeah, it's I mean, that's just an excellent way to trade, is on the reversals. Especially for scalping and stuff, because I mean, if you take an open breakout trade, and it fills you way down here or something, and then you walk away for 2 minutes and then it pops back up, you're gonna sell with a loss. That's just how I look at it. But yeah, so I don't usually have this much garbage on when I'm trading. I'll just have the Bollinger Bands on in the morning when I'm looking at stuff. And then I will have I'll just have my EMAs on with this stuff. And I just look for the cross with the stochastic cross. And that's about it. Yeah, I mean, support resistance is pretty important. There's also a study I found. Hold on, what's it called? Yeah, it's called volume by price, which is awesome. So if you don't feel like doing your support and resistance lines, okay, this will actually tell you where there's a lot of resistance at, a lot of buyers and stuff. So I mean, obviously here, down here, like this is like right next to my line. It's nice. It kind of gets in the way, but it just kind of shows you it's just volume by price instead of your other volume. But yeah, I mean, if you don't want to do your own support resistance, you can download this on the ThinkScript, and it works pretty well, I would say. But yeah, I think that is about it. Also, I'll trade mostly on the. Okay, so when you're in a trade, okay, I recommend having, for the same ticker for the trade you're in, have the 1 minute and the 5 minute, or the 15 minute open with the hourly on it, because the 1 minute, I mean, you're gonna, every like big red candle, if you're in long, you're gonna like freak out, you know. So the 5 minute kind of calms you down a little bit, just to see if it really does, especially the 1 hour too, to see if it still looks bullish overall, or if it really does look like it is selling off. You know, you want to have multiple time frames open when you're trading, definitely, because you want to you really want to let your runners run. You don't want to sell too early. It's not about how many trades you get into, it's about the quality of the trade that you're in and making it last until it's really time to get out, and not getting out too early, you know. But yeah, that's it. I hope this helped you. Hope this helps you guys, and let me know if I could make another video about something else. Yeah, alright. See you, fellas.